Good morning. My name is Lisa Demille. I'm a certified trainer and nutritionist. I'm here today. We're going to talk about a few things dealing with food prep. That is the biggest problem most of my clients seem to have is when to do it, how to fit it into their busy schedules, and how to do it with success and make it actually work. So I brought a few little things that just make it so simple. It's just a matter of learning the process. We're also going to do a fantastic core workout today. We're going to use a ball. If you don't have one, it's not a big deal, but you will need a mat or a blanket to lay down on, so go ahead and grab that now. Also, I'm 5 weeks out from competing in Orlando, so it's kind of exciting. You guys will get to watch the transitions, and also while I'm down there, we're going to do some filming so you can see some behind-the-scenes work. And just to let you know, I know a lot of people are intimidated by working with a trainer for the first time, so I'm running this great special through the rest of the week. 2-for-1 training. You can grab a girlfriend, you can grab your husband if you really want to, and you can work out together. So we're going to head on over there. We're going to get started with a warm-up. We're going to get right down to the workout and come on back over here and teach you guys how to do some food prep. All right.
I only miss you when I'm breathing. I only need you when my heart is beating. You are the color that I'm bleeding. I only miss you when I'm breathing. This ain't no ordinary feeling. You are the only thing that I believe in. I know you're coming back to me. I will be waiting here for you till the end. I only miss you when I'm breathing.
All right, we're going to get started with a dynamic warm-up. Make sure you always check with your physician before you start any exercise program whatsoever. This is an abbreviated form of a warm-up. Normally it would be 8 to 10 minutes, and also always remember to keep it at your level. Everybody's at different places with flexibility and also exercise capabilities. We're going to start with knees pulling up nice and strong. Make sure you pull them up if you're able to past your hips to release your hip flexors. Good. Make sure you have your water. It's always best to have everything around. Nice. Pulling up nice and even. Always grabbing underneath, never grabbing on the joint. Feet land flat. Good job. We're going to go with 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And we're going to rotate out and open up those hips. Women have a lot of problems with hips and knees and ankle joints. I say it every week, and you're going to always hear me say it. Men tend to have more problems with their lower back. Because why? Because all the men work on their chest and their biceps and never their back or their legs. Yes, I did just say that out loud. Last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I'm going to step back just a little bit so I'm able to go into some nice lunges. I'm going to hold my right leg out, coming up onto my left toe. Holding, I'm going to raise up and raise down. Up and down. Making sure that you're staying on the front heel. Your knee, you want to always look down. Make sure it does not go over your toe. You're squeezing your rear glute. Good. Chest is up. You're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. And if you're only able to go down to here, that's perfectly fine. Again, progression is the key to any successful exercise program. Good, here we go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I'm going to take a nice wide step out to the edge of my mat. So I'm going to bring it so that my heels come in, my toes are turned out, my chest is up. I'm going to squat down into a plie squat. Still just warming up nice and slow. My movements are very slow. Good. Squeezing the whole time up. Now, as you advance, you can use this move in a workout, and we'll do that next week. I'm going to bring in a weighted vest. Doesn't sound as bad as it is. Good. We're going to go with 4 and 3. Last 2, sitting back into it, and 1. Now we need to make sure we do the other side. Left leg's going to come forward, right leg's going to come back. Make sure you're solid on your surface and you don't slip. It can happen. Coming down, coming up. Body staying straight and strong. You're on your heel. At any time that you need a break or you need to go to a safe place, and all that simply means is everybody has a safe exercise they can go into. Hold a triangle. Just hold, breathe, and go back into it. There's absolutely no shame with doing that. Again, remember you can come down just a little bit. You can come down nice and deep. You can actually tap that knee all the way to the ground. Here we go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I'm going to step back up. I'm going to bring my feet together. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to squat down just a little bit. Warming up through the backs of my legs, bringing my heart rate up. Notice I'm calling my arms into it. So by bringing my arms up, raising them above my heart rate's going to gradually go up quicker. Now if you have problems with high blood pressure, you want to keep your hands down below your heart. Good. Sitting on your heels. Make sure you're really pushing back. Nice. Squeezing on the up. Good. Here we go for 4 and 3 and 2, and we're going to hold it down. Now I'm going to shift over to the right, and I'm going to pulse it out. Right leg's taking the brunt of it. I can wiggle my left toes. Hands come on the right leg. Really, really warming up that leg. Also starting in with the workout. Here we go. For 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You always want to come back into a straight. Recenter your spine. Take it to the left. Hands go on the left and pulse it down. Nice. Stay on those heels. And again, notice not using a lot of space, not using a lot of equipment. There are no excuses. You can find the time. Trust me, I got up at 3 this morning to go work out. Just sometimes you have to go to bed a little bit earlier. Good, here we go. For 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna come back to straight. We're gonna roll up nice and slow and easy. This is a good time to grab a drink of water if you do need one. If not, we're gonna come on down and use the ball today. We're gonna do a lot of different movements with it. You can have a weighted ball if you do have one at home. If you don't, that's fine. And I know if most of you have kids, they have a ball somewhere around their little play area. Feet are gonna start flat on the ground. All we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the backs. We're in a slight C formation. Shoulders are up. I'm gonna take the ball, I'm gonna reach up to the left, come back down. Reach up to the right. Noticing that my head is following the ball, and I'm curving my back as I'm coming down. But I'm not coming down all the way, so my lower back does not touch the ground at all. Good. Rotational exercises should be included in every single routine that you do. Breathing. Tighten those abs as you come down. Use them to pull you up. Make sure your feet stay on the ground. If you're starting to do this, you need to shift and not go down as deep. Good. We're gonna go with 8 more. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. 4. Everybody always wants core exercises. Bikini season's coming, but you need to work everything. Now we're gonna stay up to the left. I'm gonna bring my right leg, I'm gonna extend out straight. I'm gonna come back just a little bit and come up. If you notice, it is a very, very tiny movement. So now I'm calling in my quads a little bit. Some people are gonna feel this more in their hip flexors. That just simply means your core head doesn't have the strength yet, but it will come. Looking up at that ball, reaching with the shoulders up and up. Good, we're gonna do it with 8 more. Here's 8, and 7. Don't forget to breathe. 6. Good. Let's focus on that ball. Focus on how good you're going to look afterwards. Now I'm going to hold that arm up. I'm going to pulse my leg up. Notice my upper body is not moving at all. This stays solid. It's all about the leg, the lower ab connection now. Good. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back in. If you need to slightly stretch, push your body forward to release your muscles, release your hips if you're feeling it in your hip flexors. If not, we're gonna go back. Left leg's gonna come up, and we're gonna lift. Good, lift. It's all about the leg. Nice. Lift that leg up. Try not to do this. Don't release. Stay tight. Fantastic. Push forward with the shoulders. Legs doing most of the work. Keep looking at that ball. Make sure your shoulders don't rotate forward. Keep them back. Fantastic. Here we go for 8 and 7, 6, 4 more, 3, 2. Now we're gonna hold. You're gonna pulse. Pulse it. If you can go back a little bit and curve your back, do so. Take it up a level. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's up to where you're at. Now I'm gonna be looking at you, but I want you to be looking at the ball. Good. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing. Bring that foot in. Take your other arm, stretch through. Fantastic. I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna come onto all fours. We're gonna do a really fun little move. I'm gonna move the ball out of the way. Making sure your fingers are spread. You're up on your toes. You're gonna tilt over to your right. You're gonna bring your left hand up, okay? Now, all I want you to do is I want you to bend that elbow, bring it up. Bend that elbow, bring it up. Bend that elbow, bring it up. Now, here's your modification. One leg comes down, bend the elbow, bring it up. Still, your core, your obliques, your shoulders are working so hard on this. You're also gonna get a little bit of your thighs in, so we're gonna really combine our movements. It's just a little tiny bend too, it's nothing major. Keep your hips up, good. Feeling it already in those obliques. And that's exactly where you wanna feel it. Here's 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Coming forward into a plank. Now I want you to hold your plank, and I want you to rock forward and rock back. We're gonna pre-exhaust. We've done this before, but I want you to get your form down. Making sure you're not coming over your fingertips. You're rocking forward on the toes, your glutes are tight. You're pulling your thighs up into your hips almost. Here we go for 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Now I'm gonna let you drop your knees for a second. Stretch your arms out a little bit. So we need to do the other side. Your arms are gonna be tired. If you're a little bit more advanced, you don't need to take the time for this stretch. Go right into the other side. Intermediate to advanced, perfect. Beginners, take the time. So we're gonna come right on up. We're gonna come over to the left, hands gonna go, and we're gonna bend and push. Bend and push, bend. Get those triceps involved. Now you wanna keep your hips up nice and high. It's all about the hips. Get those up. My core's already on fire. Obliques are feeling it. Fabulous. Easy bend, fingers are spread. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna come back into a plank. You're gonna hold that plank. Now I want you to bring your hands in closer so your thumbs are touching now. And we're gonna do the same thing, gonna rock forward and back, forward. All I'm doing by having you switch your hands is instead of working down through the center, I'm bringing it out to the sides a little bit more now. Simple adjustments make all the difference in the world, but form is key. Coming forward and back, forward. If you notice my fingers are touching, good. Body is tight for 8 and 7, 6, 5, good. Last 4. Here's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And drop down nice and easy. Stretch it right out. We're not done yet. We're just taking a little second just to release your arms. I'm gonna flip over onto my back. We're gonna do some more ab work. Coming down, I'm gonna angle just a little bit so you can see. Now, in this position, I'm gonna take my legs right on up, okay? I'm gonna take the ball, and I'm gonna reach to the outside of my leg. Going to the right only. So up, up. Head is following. Notice my shoulders are coming off the ground. But when I'm going back, I'm not fully relaxing. I'm keeping everything nice and tight. So it's working the entire time. Your legs are gonna get tired too. We're calling gravity into play. Working the obliques still because we're adding that twisting motion. Here's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And we're gonna take it straight up. Now this time I want you to even keep those shoulders up higher. I want you to feel it right around your belly button. Put your hand on your stomach and feel those muscles contracting. You have to work all angles. If your neck gets tired, take the tip of your tongue, press it against the roof of your mouth. We'll release the neck. Good, we're gonna go with 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're gonna go to the left now. Now here's a little trick. If you're tired or if you're a beginner, you can put your knees down. And you can go to the left. Nice. I'm gonna bring my legs right up. So remember, if your legs are up, you're coming to your shin, the outer part of your calf. If you're down, you're coming to your thigh. Okay, so you have to really, really stress that. Want to make sure you're hitting the right part. Good. Go with 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent job. Dropping down. Anytime you do your core, you always need to work your lower back. Now we're going to pretend that this is a weighted ball, okay? My feet are together. I'm going to come up into a bridge. Tightening my glutes, tightening my lower back. Your lower back wraps into your core, so you'll never develop a strong core without a strong lower back. Now all I'm going to simply do is I'm going to come up onto my toes and lift my heels right up, my weight staying in between my shoulder blades, and I'm going to take my hip and I'm going to go to the left. Just like you're hip checking somebody. If you really think about it, that lower back wraps right into those lower abs. Adding the heels adds the elevation factor. Just bumps it up a little bit. If you need to, stay down. If you do stay down, walk your feet out a little bit though, so you don't strain your back. Good, we're just gonna go with 8 more this side. Here's 8 and 7, 6, weight still on my shoulders, 5, 4, 3, 2, we're gonna hold, and I'm picking up. So I'm still in my tilt, My left hip is up a little bit higher. Really feeling it on the right side. Good. We're going to go with 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Again, what do? We always come back into a straight. We resettle ourselves. Now we're going to hip check to the right. You can see it's just a very tiny, tiny movement. Just like someone's a little too close to you and you want them out of your way. Good. Nice and easy. If this ball was weighted, place it on your hips. Just always make sure to be careful that you hold on to it so it doesn't roll onto your face. It has happened. Not to me, but I have seen it. Good. And you're keeping your glutes tight. Make sure this happens a lot. I see this. Body start to sag down. You want to always stay up. Good. We're going to go with 8 more. Here's 8 and 7 and 6. If you really wanted to bring it up even more, you could add the ball above the head. That's going to pull under the rib cage and really hit those obliques more. Good. Now we're going to stay over and we're going to lift. Lift. All I'm doing is I'm tightening and I'm lifting. Hamstrings are going to start to feel it. Your calves are going to get a workout because you're up on your tippy toes. Anytime you can do an exercise, again, that calls in more muscles, you're going to save time, you're going to get more results and burn more calories all day long. Good, we're going to go with 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very gently coming down. I'm going to get rid of the ball. Need that anymore? We're going to stretch it out a little bit. We're going to bring our right leg over across. Remember, we're never on a joint. Hand's going to come over your thigh. You're going to take a deep breath, and you're going to look over your rear shoulder. And you're just a gentle pressure on your leg. You're not trying to really move it too far. And we're going to switch. And we're going to do the other side. Nice deep breath. Fantastic. So remember, you can all do this. And I'm going to bring my feet in Indian style. Doesn't matter which leg's on top. That's perfect. Whatever you're comfortable with. Some people more comfortable to the left. Some people more comfortable to the right. I'm going to hold right onto my shins. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. Now, by doing that upward bridge motion, we've put pressure on our shoulders. I just want to kind of release that a little bit. And it's always better to squeeze back than to roll forward. This is natural posture anyways. You want to think back. Good. Let's release the pressure off the wrist. Fingers on the wrist. Remember, staying at shoulder height, not dropping below. Good. And switching again. Remember, this is a quicker stretch. You want to hold all your stretches 15 to 30 seconds. Fantastic. Shake it out. This is when you want to grab your water. We're going to move back over here. We're going to talk about a couple things for food prep. All right. Now, food prep is very simple once you get the basics down. I take an hour on Sunday and an hour on Wednesday, and I cook all of my meals for the whole entire week. And right now I'm eating 8 meals a day. So that's a lot of food that has to be cooked, and I get it done in 2 hours. Without going into all the details of everything that I eat, you want to gather all of your meat, your veggies, your potatoes, cook everything at once. And on your counter, have lined up your measuring cup, your food scale, $4. You can't beat it. You measure out your food. Now, you have 2 different ways you can do it. These things are absolutely ingenious. They're $4 at Target. Inside, you have little dividers for your salad dressing, for different foods that can go in there you don't want to mix in so things don't get sometimes they can get too moist, and you don't want to have that happen. This is a perfect way to avoid that. What I do personally is I use little Ziploc bags, and I take a permanent marker, and I mark on there meal 1, For example, meal two, open up, I put it in my food cooler. Everything stays cold. It's ready to go. I grab it, put it in my car, and I am good for the day. My water is in there also, and any supplements that I'm taking. If you guys have any questions, my information will be on the screen. Have a great day and enjoy your weekend. Thanks a lot.